Welcome everyone now officially from my side. My name is Dragan Đukić and I'm the responsible and one of the organizers of the Handball for All Academy, running from 2011 in two places, Kopaonik and Kladovo. In Kladovo we are from 2014. It's my pleasure tonight to have a group of the people from really all over the world with us. I will represent the people who are already here like many years with us, and I will ask you to represent yourself shortly that other people knows who are you. As you can see on the screen, and you know this picture, there will be people around us coming and leaving. We already start today with the man on the right-hand side, Daniel Anđelković, coming from France, from Toulouse, coach of Toulouse last 3 years, if I'm 2, okay. 2 years as a head coach, before many years as assistant coach and a player of Toulouse. Daniel is a really special guest because he was a member on the first academy as a promoter, as a special guest. Then in 2016 he came as a coach, one of the coaches to follow academy, and now in 2023 he's coming like a lecturer. Then he stay one more things to be organizer for you. That means that I'm ready to.
You want to make
on his left side, we already know Nikola Marinovic, from goalkeeper coach of Austrian national team and one of the legendary player of Austrian national team, now working there in Switzerland, spent his long and successful career in a lot of countries, in Germany, in Bundesliga, many years in different clubs, and we'll speak about a lecture during our conversation. As you can see, every one of you received this program, and the program is also on the door, and I will not show tonight again, but try to respect the time and try to be with us and try to enjoy as much as you can. We are here to help you to enjoy and to present our philosophy of handball. Then Adrian Vasile, who will speak tonight with the coaches after we finish this official part, coming from Romania as ex-player and very successful coach of CSM Bucharest, their best club, double title winner in this season, Champions League team, national coach of Romania, national coach, assistant of national coach of Montenegro, and the last 8 or 9 years part of CSM female club, one of Bucharest, one of the most successful Champions League winner from Romania. And Yerim, who just arrived after the long trip from France, actual coach of Belgian national team, his first time to coming back on the place of the crime, coach of Nancy, and many years coach in France in different clubs, and thank you all 4 of you to being tonight with us, and some of the faces will come in next day and will join us on this project. Okay, talking about tonight's presentation, it was not easy for Daniel to start the first training there because players coming from really different environment, different handball experience, different age group, and that was not easy job for Nikola and Daniel to start, but Adrian has to start this bubble, this cup of coaches conversation, what is specific part of this camp. Of course, we will start official part and then we are going to unofficial part in continuation, but talking about topics, we have a different ideas about this, but Adi is really expert in these things and I'm sure that you will enjoy his presentation, and please feel free to participate. This academy is a little bit different than other places because we really insist about this interactive communication, and then feel free, feel with the friends, surrounded with the friends, and enjoy. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Dragan, for the invitation. Very happy to be here, following handball for all for many years, and also working with Dragan for a year in CSM Bucharest. And when Dragan called me, he said, let's make something, let's think about, okay, what can be the topic, okay, challenges in female handball. And then he said, you will have 40 minutes, and then,
Another challenge.
then I have to be very good with my 40 minutes. How we also have decided to split a little bit the theme is that I will speak a little bit about what's the life of CSM Bucharest in this moment and how it is the summer preparation before we start. And the summer preparation before we start, it's of course we use a WhatsApp group or email, we send some calendar, we send some talks, we present the calendar. This is in the beginning. Then kind of in this, actually even today, I have made this. I have sent to the players playbook presentation for attack against 6-0 defense, different type of 6-0 defense, 5-1, etc. Then I've done two type of defenses, 6-0 and 5-1. And of course in the 6-0 you have different ways of working. So sometimes it will look like the modern 6-0 defense, how it is now. What I want players to do when they are sitting home now, and of course many are trying to enjoy holiday and this is normal, I still want them to look at this and picture themselves what's going to happen to them. All the documents start with your position, you will be number 5 in defense. So okay, when they will have to search the things, they will see, okay, these are the rules, this is the number 5, this is what's going to happen in 5-1, in 6-0, in plan A, in plan B. So like this, I need them directly to put themselves in the CSM t-shirt before some of them have actually been playing for us. And this is a little, just I cropped some pictures there, just for them to see how it looks with highlights of zones, with highlights of what's going to happen, with some remarks. Actually, it's some work from the coaches. Many of the players, you know, they just do like this. Ah, okay, I see this. Okay, this is okay, I understand. No problem. But what's good actually about leadership when you give people as clear as possible tasks is that you can always go back to, but isn't this said here? Wasn't this your responsibility? Wasn't this clear from before we started? So you already actually can pull the t-shirt of, this is actually basic thing that you have done. So this is a little bit for 6-0. This is for 5-1, and when I present these things, I put them to, we count, normally in Romania we count in defense from 1 to 3, 3 to 1, but I like the Balkan counting because I can use, it's easier for my tactic. I can say, for example, Kempa 1 or Kempa 5 or Kempa 3, I know where the pivot is going, so it's much easier for my tactical, also when I work with the computer. So when they get these documents, if they are number 1, it starts, okay, this is your number 1 and 6. These are the rules for you. Then I go to 2 and 5. Then I go to 3 and 4. And like this I do to 6-0 and to 5-1. And then the next is going to be playing systems for attack, second phase, fast throw off, fast game, everything that actually we have played until this moment. It has nothing to do with maybe some adaptations or new things that we will do for the next year, because in the beginning I want them to understand the basic, fundamental, absolutely most clear things, and then we start to put in the flowers or other things. So we try to actually keep it from ultra simple to enlargement in a way like also Daniel was doing today, from little to small, and actually all the time having in mind the pure basics. And the last thing I do, and I do this mostly only with the new players that are going to come in the team, is that I take some games from where they have played, national team and club team, because it might be different systems where they are playing. And I try to see what is similar to our kind of playing handball, but also not only what is similar. So I can always say, something that you will see next, I will always say, okay, this is good, keep it, this can work in CSMA Bucharest, this is plan A, this is plan B, this I don't like. Why I don't like this? It's all the time very important to say, I don't like this because of some other reason. And then we use XPS in the team, and each of them will get a clip for offense, a clip for defense. They have gotten the playbook, they have gotten this. I give them some time. Usually when I tell them, now you have this on your email, would you like to have the meeting? Yes, we can do it in 2 days. No, we cannot do it in 2 days. Because either you don't do anything else, either you have a coach's brain, or either you just want to show that you're ready. No, you have to go through, look at them, look in those clips, see the remarks, sometimes connect to what your coach was saying, sometimes look what I'm going to say, maybe it's the same, maybe it's different, but you're coming to CSMA Bucharest and we have to exploit this. And of course, in the talk that I have with them, and it's all the time video, better because you can, of course, for the obvious reason, then we debate, okay, what did you think about this situation? And it starts, if I'm just going to think now about defense, it starts for number 2. Okay, now I have selected actions when you play 1 against 1. Now I have selected actions when you play 2 against 2 in plan A, in plan B. Now I have selected actions when you go for impar pressing or blindside tackle. Now I have selected actions where you just take initiative in the game and you just skip this, everything is tactical chess, but you just understand that you have to take a decision in the court. So with this, all of these chapters, I go with them in the talk. And this was, let's say, the end of my appetizer with what I do now in the summer. And when I was speaking with Dragan, and we were actually brainstorming a little bit to think, okay, what can we do and what can we speak about? Dragan asked what unites a female handball team. And I said, okay, this is a very good question, Dragan. And it made me think, and okay, let's speak about it. Now, I am in this moment in front of you because I was raised in a very good handball school in Romania of Steaua Bucharest, with a huge tradition in men's handball back in the days. And I had the opportunity to be coached and to actually be pretty close with many of the big stars of Romanian handball, seeing also their pictures on the walls of the club and everything, seeing the medals. I was all the time striving to achieve what they have done in their careers and for Romania. And actually this I was extremely lucky to have. Then, of course, I'm a product of myself being ambitious and all the time trying to learn. But I'm also a product of all my teachers, all my coaches. With some I had the pleasure to work. With some I have the pleasure to be close in terms of coaching in another country. And I would say that everybody that has passed through my life has actually left something there. And I try to use almost everything that I can remember. And sometimes, actually, some things come on me on like 20 years after. And I will give you immediately an example. So all of you guys, and thank you very much. And I'm pretty sure that after I leave these 3 days here, something else I will see or it will stick in my head. And I will maybe thank you after some time. Because I believe we are in a process of all the time trying to learn and being better. And in the moment when somebody says, okay, this I know, it's fixed, no problem, we are dead. I have worked with Per Johansson in the Montenegrinian national team, and he is over 50, and at some point something happened in the team. And I was pretty calm because I said, no worries, Per, you actually have the experience. You have been in this game for so many years. No problem, you know how to do this. And he said, this is actually the first time some things happen like this. Because not everything can come in a copy-paste after some years. So I was like, can you actually tell me that now I'm this young assistant coach to you, that I'm very hungry to learn and my eyes are like this, that you with your experience have not felt this before? No. Then you made me feel good, because I was scared that I had to know everything until something will happen to me. Because leadership is like a living organism. It is just modifying every day. And one of the examples that actually came to me after 20 years, I remember I was 22, we were going with Steaua Bucharest in a mountain camp. It was summer, it was cold, it's just a summer mountain camp. And all of the team was sitting outside waiting for our coach to come to start the training. And I just remember I was looking at my team, colleagues, and everybody was extremely, extremely sad. I said in that moment, like, it feels that all our parents have died in this moment now at home, because everybody is here living in a total drama. And my coach in that moment was Stefan Birtalan, amazing star of handball back in the 70s. And he was all the time extremely good with pointing the right words in the right moment. And he goes out of the hotel, he looks at us and he says, well guys, you don't know when life is hard. So, and he just stayed there. And then, of course, I used it with my team. That I'm coaching, just because it was sometimes is the same. During the presentation that I will have, maybe Dragan will actually recognize one of the things he had said in one of the meetings we had once in Montenegro with Per, when we were just brainstorming a little bit about what is Balkan, what is defense, stuff like that. And many of the words, like keywords, have actually stayed with me. Big picture is maybe the first biggest advice that I have received, and it took some time for me to understand why. But big picture to me is the absolute most important thing that a first coach must have. Because if you start to go into the little details, you will actually, there is no end to the little details. So big picture all the time is there. And the big picture of my club, and I will speak mostly about my club, sometimes I will refer about Montenegro national team, where I was assistant for 3 years, maybe a little bit with the Romanian national team. I was their selector for 1.5 years. But CSM Bucharest is actually a very young club in females world. It has 15 years, it's from 2007. And from 2014, the moment that actually I have also arrived in the club, they've started to have these big ambitions of Champions League, you know, the big things. What happens in the first year is that we go to Champions League and we win Champions League. It's amazing, but in a way it's also so wrong from many aspects. And actually we are paying, and we have started to pay out of this thing some kind of debt, and you will see why. Most important thing, I think, is that from that moment, from the first season we have been in Champions League until now, I think we have established ourselves as an important and a strong club and a strong competitor every season. Whether at some times we went to Final Four, but we are sometimes not. We are there, we are all the time arriving in the quarterfinals. Sometimes it's a little margin. Sometimes it was 0 goals, CSM Bucharest with CSKA, that did not go to Final Four. Last year it was 1 goal that made a difference. This is sport. If you also look at everything, even football, that is maybe more manageable. Internazionale Milano, if that guy in the end scores with a head from middle of the court, game can change. It's just one detail. One of the big things is that we are located in East Europe. And East Europe is just about winning, and is just about the moment. Maybe not. Maybe Montenegro is one of the countries that had the patience to build and to have the patience to work. Romania has actually borrowed a lot of things from Russia, and it matters. We win now, it's heaven. We don't win, it's hell. So the hardest thing for us is to find the stability. We say many times that we have to take the clothes for the wedding and the clothes for the funeral together to go there, and you see what's going to happen after that day. Of course, that's maybe the reality of people outside, but it has not to be the reality of the people inside. Still, it touches us, and I will speak about how this touches us. Now, big picture to details is that we have many top players in our team. There is a mix of Romanians. Some Romanians are absolute top players in the world. Some are very young players in the world. Some are, let's say, trying to find their way there. Foreigners that come, of course, from different countries, but mostly they are educated not in different handball schools. They are educated in different societies. And different societies makes them act and think in a way. This, they have to come, some of them come for the first time in a new place, which is Romania, in Bucharest, a lovely city, big city, very cosmopolitan kind of city. But they come with all their, people say handball cultures, I come with education from societies, and you have to try to make it one for a common thing. Of course, this is a big challenge to all coaches that are having international players. Still, we are located in Romania. And here can come a Scandinavian, very white on their skin, not like us here, saying that, okay, but how can we train or take a walk at 10 o'clock? I get sunburned. I want to go to the walk at 7:30. It's good, it's chilly. Then you go for some are saying 7:30. Everybody's sleeping at 7:30. You're like, what? You have to try to mix and make it real and make it feeling home for everybody. But the fact is that everybody is living and playing in Bucharest. And after a while, the system, it will pull you. It will steal you. My first experience with stealing of the system was when, after 1 year in Montenegro, I think we qualified for the, no, we didn't qualify. You qualified the team for World Championship. We went to the World Championship. It was a good result. Then we went for qualifications from Europe. We won against Poland. I think 8 months passed. And after 8 months, it just felt success. You know, we was okay, number 6 or number 5 in World Championship. Very good. Then we won all these games, like, wow. And we have started actually to lift ourselves from the ground, but also started in a way to get drawn by what the Montenegrinians thought and wanted us to do. And also many times what the players felt that we should do. Although one was Swede and one was Romanian. And then we found ourselves, of course for me it's maybe easier to get drawn into something like this, but for a Scandinavian it's maybe more difficult. But we found ourselves also stolen by the system. And then we had a terrible European Championship. Terrible, actually with maybe our best team and best handball that we could play was in the worst championship that we did. But the fact is that the system took us like this. And then we didn't have time to shake our heads because it just passed, the Euro passed. And it's the same here. I know I have my Romanians, I know I have my French, I know I have my Norwegian, my Russian, my Spanish. At some point, even the ones that will sometimes, you think that this is not part of their culture, then some can actually become pure being part of that culture, because it just steals you with the goods and the bads. Because we are part of a country, we are, let's say, close to Russia, close to the Balkans. Some say we are Balkans. We are actually speaking a Latin language. We are not Balkans, we are Latins. But we have actually so many influences of the cultures from here and so much creativity that at some point creates too many ideas. And when too many ideas create, and you're coaching a female handball team, then you have to know that keeping it simple is the most important thing. So, East Europe, and the most important thing is actually to win. Because to be honest, we are in this, I'm in this club, everything that matters is to win. My biggest ambition last year was to win every single game. My next ambition next year, I want to win every single game. This is it. Now, big picture of the team is that sometimes, not every time, but sometimes we have to play 3 games per week. With the travel, we don't have the best travel arrangements like you might think with, like, you know, football charters and stuff like that. So we just go for the normal things. And when you're coaching females, you have to be aware of some very different things that can happen. Age is a very important factor. Development, maturity is a very important factor. Some actually are having their mothers at home, and we have no idea how is that. We don't have any idea how that's happening. Sometimes they have 2 kids. I have, for example, until this year, Siraba Dembele, an amazing athlete. She had twins. We actually arrived to the situation that before the game, Siraba was going to the hotel to sleep one night before the game, so she could rest. Because if you stay home with your kids want to play with you, and you close the door, you step into the role of a mother, of a wife, that takes time out of you. While maybe for us men, at some point, life can be a little bit easier in this aspect. Of course, then you also have your monthly things that are going to happen to a woman that create hormonal changes and are very important, because when the referee starts, it doesn't matter if you have done your tactics, it doesn't matter if you are nothing matters. When the referee blows the whistle, you have to be ready. Then the club expectations, the country expectations are of course very big. One of the things I've said in the beginning was that we won Champions League, and in a way this didn't help us. It didn't help us because our leaders after that moment, with the Romanian media, with many people, with the ones that are actually in Romania, we really need the idea of celebrating the success, because we really need and want the success, have actually thought that, okay, now we've made it from the first year in there, we should not have at least final every single year. Makes no logic. It's not. But the ambitions are very high from the club. Then you have City Hall, that is, for example, the main supplier of sport in Romania. They have their ambitions. They want you to win because it's also good for them. Then you have your country that has the ambitions. Romania is a very heavy t-shirt. I all the time say this. It doesn't matter man or female, the t-shirt is very heavy, because you are having 7 world titles in handball. That's a lot. Not so much recent in men, that's of course true, but the desire of the people, our blood that is very warm like this, we just feel that we should do it now, because we were somebody, and we are still somebody on some aspects, but maybe we are not completely there as we might have the expectations. And then of course some of the players are also having their expectations with national teams, different where they are. France now is preparing for only one thing, gold medal. Nothing else will matter for France in 2024. They are preparing for that. So the players are now thinking, okay, I'm going to start my pre-season. I go there with the club, okay, in December, November with December, I go for my World Championship, and then it's the Olympics. Olympics is still is rolling in their heads. It is there. Then media and social media. Maybe 15 years ago, this was nothing. How big is this now? It's amazing. It's amazing because it steals your energy, and it steals your time. After my first game in CSM Bucharest, we were going away. We won in Esbia. Of course, I was having my first game. I said, I don't know how this is gonna go. If I will win, I will not be the best coach in the world. If I will lose, I will not be the worst coach in the world. It's just my first game. I will see what's gonna happen. So we go there, we play, we win. I go there in my room, I'm sitting and, okay, I just want to see what's writing in the media. And in the media, it was when you change a coach, then it was like, everything was amazing. And I start to read in the first article, then I start to read the second article, and I like, okay, hold on. If this would have been a lost game for you, would actually have digged so much into this, celebrate the team, amazing, how the players fought, never before, all these things, no, would actually keep your distance. Okay, so keep your distance from the highs, keep your distance from the lows, because they are not real. But they take time. And I actually had 2 players in the Romanian national team that stopped national team because the pressure from the social media was too big. And they were receiving some kind of messages that time after time, it actually affected them so much, and they stopped. And now they actually stopped also their career. And it's very sad. It's very sad to see this, because one of the things I was telling them, okay, imagine you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you put a picture now on Instagram, you have 2 million likes, but you also have 25,000 comments. Do you think everything is about love in those 25? No. But if you play this game, you also need to have stomach for this game. So know in what you put yourself to, because as big as you are, as more pressure you have. And in Romania, for example, because we love to go for this individual thing, if a television news starts with handball right now, it has for sure Cristina Neagu, it has for sure CSM Bucharest or Rapid, because it's also a very big club, football and everything wise. And then it has one more name. But it for sure, everything that you do, it has a name that you can relate on. And this is actually something that affects players outside of your court, where you maybe sometimes don't know what's happening with her. Why is she like this? There are many things that are happening around of the player. But the last thing is that, bottom line, you get your salary because you have to deliver. You are a professional athlete, you want to come, you want to win, you have these ambitions, you get your money, deliver. It's very simple. This. But the path to this, it actually is in this situation. Now, working with ladies, I would say it's never boring. I would say it's a constant, beautiful challenge, in a way that, and I think Dragan said this, as I said in the beginning, every day is a new day. And every day you have to speak about the same rules as you actually did yesterday, finishing them, completing them, understanding them, going in a direction. Today, do it again. It's never-ending work. And working with females is, it goes down a lot to emotional aspects. They are very connected to the emotional aspects of themselves, but also to the ones that are around them in more, let's say, closer gap. And of course, the last part here says that I'm professional, I get my money, I have to deliver. You bought me to your team, I'm coming from Romania, I have to play playmaker in your team, okay. I'm your first choice, okay. You give me the best money, okay, deliver. That's why you brought me to your team. That's why you went to play in the Szeged. Come, deliver. This is simple. Otherwise, we have a Hungarian. It's very simple life. But with many of the females, because you're working there with the emotions, it's a lot going to happiness. Am I happy? Am I making friends here? Sometimes you can, sometimes you don't. But we are not here to make friends. We are here to win. We are here to deliver. Mirror analyze on performance, and sometimes sometimes responsibility. It's really tough. Maybe many players, when they look to their mirror, they many times see the beautiful part of the mirror, and it's very rare that they actually really, okay, but am I really honest, true to myself? That's easy. Even if they turn the mirror, that's easy. The hardest thing is, am I actually being true to the ones here? Have I actually done what was I supposed to do? Okay, maybe not. Maybe I had a good day. How do I go out of this? How hard is for me to say, Dragan, I'm sorry, I have done a wrong thing. I need your help in this. Sometimes this is extremely hard if you work with females. If you work with men, I think we are in a way sometimes more simple, and we like to play. That at some point somebody says, okay, this is mine, let's do something. Females, only some of the females are raising their arms to say something. And maybe the females that are having more men part better in themselves, others will not say anything. They will just stay there and watch you, hope that you maybe say or don't say something about her, and then let's go to the next situation. Responsibility in female is something very hard to do. That's why I try to do my best with the things from the summer, that I collect as much as responsibility to them, that I try to do as much of self-analyze as I possibly can with our team, although this is very hard, the self-analyze in CSM Bucharest, because Sunday is this, Wednesday is this, Saturday is this. At some point there is no time for this. So you have to fix it somewhere, put it somewhere there. But the best thing is, and Dragan said this very good, they get so very fast a very clear reality in their head of the thoughts they have, but many times is very different than the reality that's on the images. And the best thing is to this, what they think, see the pictures. This is your reality. And what I will actually try to do next year, I will try to have a TV screen in the arena that has a gap or records the training, and especially on the parts that are important, you know, when you do your offense, your defense, your in important moments. But I think, okay, now we can move on because you understood. If I do this after 2 days when the game is over and I'm looking with some player, oh, you actually said that it was a, yeah, I said. But you know what's happening in the next 3 seconds. You have to be ready because they will attack you again. Or you have to switch your mind to go into offense. Or you have to be in somewhere else. So the idea of reality in their heads with the images is the absolute best way to see. And I think it's also very good for men. It's not only for women. But it's good. Then, Michael Jordan said that, the coach of Michael Jordan said, there is no I in the team when he was in Chicago Bulls, and Michael Jordan said, yeah, but there is in win. Because he was the one delivering things. And of course everybody is trying to feel satisfied with their life, with being a handball player, living in a country, doing your things that you like. And many of the players are going to say, okay, am I happy? Am I sad? Am I indifferent? My expertise after some years is, if you can, you cannot. But if I could, for example, many times, the ones that are indifferent are out. Because you don't need indifferent. You need players that are able to come and to sacrifice and to be hungry and to understand that you have to win. Indifferent, it means you cannot go to war with these people. And one of the players that I've tried to take once in the team asked me in the summer, Adi, if I come to CSM Bucharest, how many minutes will I play? Because it goes down to, actually, yes, I'm a good team player, I'm going to do this, yeah, but I'm actually happy with the minutes I'm playing, or how many players are satisfied with less minutes? How many players are, Dragan, what's the name of the Slovenian 36-year-old from Magdeburg? I forget now. Okay. How many players are comfortable with the minutes and the responsibility that player had until extra time started in the game? And when extra time started, I was looking, I would say, this guy is not human. Of course, you cannot do this with a lady, it's impossible. But that guy entered the court and he delivered with precision, with calmness, with everything. Then in the final, he played like an animal, the defense, and all the time struggled there to do everything that Kielce doesn't get any easy thing. And he was like a pain in the ass, if I can say like that, an amazing soldier. That nobody will say, okay, everybody is very easy to look at Dushebaev and others. Actually, I have seen that guy. I was like, this is amazing.
And he was sold. His contract is cancelled and he is moving. It was his last game in Magdeburg. I don't know how many girls will play.
No, to do this in a female handball team, to put her in extra time directly to play in attack, no. Or exceptions, not to say completely no, exceptions, really tough. Because, but me now, but you know, I'm not, yeah, I know you're not warm because you have not played, I know, you were sitting here, I saw you were with me. But maybe you can do something, or maybe you can do something here from the bench, you know. And what I've told to that player that said, how many minutes will I play? I said, I think you can play 60 or 1. What do you mean? Well, if you're very good, you can play 60. If you're not, you can play 1. Do you want me to guarantee you from now the minutes? Well, I would like, I was just finding my way to finish the conversation, and it was very clear. You will never come to this team. I need players that are going to say, I'm going to fight for becoming your first choice. I'm going to fight for doing something. If it's just going to be important how many minutes will I play? No, because you will go home, you will open the door, I scored 6, I played 45, I'm good. The team, but I'm good. Long term, you will not win the medals. One of the other things that are happening in the team is actually the environment around the team. And I've put there with the red line, safe, professional, respect, and expertise. And the first one is safe, is because actually it's normal. Ladies like to feel safe, like to feel protected, like to feel like somebody is taking care of them. Of course, also men handball players are the same. You come to your training, you have your training, you have your doctor, you have your physio, you have your everything. But with ladies is a little bit more care. Sometimes it's even a little bit more love inside of the group that you have to handle on different emotional aspects that you do in a band. Many of them are similar, but there is a touch that is different. Then your professional thing has to be there all the time. The higher the level, the higher the expertise has to be. And it's not just about the coach. It's actually everybody. The players need to feel that your coaching staff is united, is going in the same direction. The coaching staff need to know that they are wearing black t-shirts. They are not wearing white t-shirts. They are actually part of this team of the staff, taking care of the players. Then administrative staff, and even more than to City Hall, they need to feel that they are part of something that is very clear, very organized. Because ladies respond a lot to clear thing, clear instruction, things done before. Not so many windows of opportunity, because if they have windows of opportunity, you go to the window of opportunity in their head. And then you go to the question, but what if? And when that question comes, that's a very hard question to do. Because I might have that question, he might have that question, they will think the same, then they will share it together, then it will spread like a puzzle. Respect, I think, is also another thing, very important. The way I treat the players is I all the time treat them with respect. Even when I shout at them, or I scream, or I just get crazy, I all the time doing never wanting to hurt the person, I just want to hurt you. Because I'm in my position, I'm your first coach, I'm strong, you're a player, I can do it. No. I all the time do it with respect, and sometimes even with care and with love, I do it. And they feel this. You don't know this, but they feel this, because you know how it is. You enter a room, and they will directly feel. Remember, when you were players, you directly feel your coach when he was doing something. You directly feel. And working with females, the instincts are like this. They're all the time working. Now, daily basis, and I was saying in the beginning that leadership, it feels like it's a living organism, because you're working with people that are having different things in the day. Something is happening in their life. You have a new challenge. You have won a game. You have lost a game. You're on your way to do something. Everything is working. And every day is a new day. I go back to what I said before, hearing it first from Dragan. Empathy is one of the things that definitely you need to have when you're working with ladies, because you will see they will be showing their emotions. Some emotions they are showing much more than men, and if you're also having a little bit of a female soul inside of yourself, then you actually can feel this immediately, very fast, especially by knowing your players. There is a lot of drama in female handball. I'm pretty sure everybody knows Barbara Lazovic. And we were having a training there in the arena. They were playing something, but they were not playing handball. They were playing some warm-up game, and I will do it tomorrow. And I was sitting there, my assistant coach was refereeing, and I was sitting raised by something, and Luca was here, her daughter, and I think Luca was 9 in that moment. And Luca, very smart boy, very sharp, very nice boy. And Luca was saying there, they started to fight about something, and everything became a total mess. And Luca, with total calmness, he said, there is so much drama in female handball. And I look at Luca and I said, Luca, you could not have said something more perfect than what you've said now. This is amazing what you've said. Because yes, there is a lot of drama. Everything is many times a drama around ladies, because the emotions are very big. And when emotions are big, of course, things come up there on the table. Another very important thing one of the old coaches have said to me, he said, be in the moment. And being in the moment is that what happened today, every day is a new day, come and see the reality of today. See what's happening. Are they actually, that the trajectory of when they do a cross is clear, you know what they do? Yeah, okay. You don't look at the cross anymore because you want to see the continuation. The cross doesn't work. You're dead. You have to see everything and you have to be in the moment with everything. Because there is a very big match between reality, the doubts that they have, the thoughts that they have. Many times they actually like to put people, sometimes when you play against a good team, they're thinking, oh, but she is so good, she is so good, she can do that, she can do that, she can do that, she can do that. Yeah, but it's only one ball played in one attack. They cannot be at their best thing when Dragan has the ball there because they don't have the ball. So you have to keep it cool because the doubts and the thoughts and the reality is like this. And this is when the danger can be hidden. With men, and I believe we are more simple, and again, we like to play. Like if you go before a training to like the boys today, some play foot tennis, some play with the ball here, some they play. Ladies don't play. Have you, some of the Montenegrinians, yes, Montenegrinians like to play. The other one, French, Romanian, Spanish, Russian, Norwegian, no matter, they never play. They sit on a chair if they don't need to do something to warm up their bodies before. Okay, now we go. Okay, now we start the training. They don't play. And because we are more simple, at some point to us, you see the conflict immediately. This is very important in female handball. With men, we might have the feeling that we don't like each other. How many times in your career you had a colleague that you didn't want to speak to? He was, I don't know, whatever. But when the game started, you connect much faster as a man. Ladies don't connect like this. With a man, you know where you have your danger. You might scream at me, I might scream at you back. Sometimes you hit me, I hit you. We drink a beer there. Situation is fixed. Ladies, no. We had in CSM Bucharest director. She was Gabriela Sabo, former Olympic gold medal, track and field, 5,000, amazing athlete. And she came to the team and taking their care as a director. And then she asked, but what's happening there? Why, for example, if a lady looks at you like this and she does this for a little glance, it's dead between a woman. If I do this to a man, at some point the man will say, why do you look at this? Like, have I done something or something? Ladies, it's closed. They never say anything. You go on, you think that what you've done until now, the relation there is good, but you never know where the danger is. Because the danger is very hidden. And for example, even a top athlete like our director was, she could not understand that we are so chained by emotion in the game, and also the aspect of the game that you score, you are wow, you raise your arms, you go to defense, you have to run, you do a bad thing, then you do attack, you miss, you down, you have to go to defense, maybe you celebrate again. So you're doing like this. To female handball, everything is, a little bit more. And the biggest problem is that you don't know where the danger is unless you really know your team, you really are a little bit empathic, and you're all the time in the moment studying what's going to happen there on the court. Because what I said in the beginning is that I believe we have to work a lot for the stability of the group. Your highs are going to be your highs, okay. The most important thing are your lows, not to be lows like this. When you have a low day, look at, for example, Katrine Lunde in quarterfinal, in Final Four. Semi-final game, not her best performance when they played against Győr. But when it was important, save was there. So her level dropped, but it didn't drop. It just dropped a little bit. And we have to work for the stability because the city hall, the mayor, the media, even the players inside, they will go for this stuck by the system that we have to win. And if we have not won today in Vipers, it's a drama. No, it's not a drama. No, it's not. There are some aspects, but it's not completely a drama. And us in Romania, we have also another thing. We have the need for blood. The need for now somebody has to come and show something that you take a really strong decision. Okay, it's good for the moment. Is that the best leadership that is happening? Okay, who is winning the medals? I many times say, who is winning the medals now? Is the Norwegian? Is the Danish? Is the French? Okay, is there a lot of unilateral and totalitarian style there? Of course, it's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of discipline, but it's discipline in a respectful and in a calm and in a very civilized way. But sometimes the fact in my country is that people want, after the next day you have not done something, they want you to be in blood. They want you to see yourself covered there, and they want to find the only one person that is responsible for everything. It can never be only one person responsible for everything. But this is the society I live in.
How do you work?
You work on every single day, reminding the team about the values, about what is making us good, why it made us good, why we should be stable, why we should be, for example, treating each other correctly. Because this is actually, everybody relates to normal, correct things in the world. Of course, when you deal with emotions, you snap. It's important. That's why maybe you as a coach or me as a coach is not the smartest thing when something is hit to go directly to the conclusions in that moment. Okay. But you have to work every single day. And then somebody said you also have to have stomach for it. They asked, you wanted your job to be coach in East Europe. Okay, this is it. You're not in Norway. We have Vipers that are winning 3 times in a row Champions League with the absolute most beautiful underdog feeling of a team that you might have. Because you go there and, you see the girls are coming and they are, it's fun. They see that they like to play. They are calm. They are cool. But we are here and we have to, we have to do it. And of course, it's very nice to have this feeling. But at some point, you have to be the one when you see if it's too much. Because I believe nothing that is too much is good in life. Not even money, I believe. And this is also the last slide I have. Is the question that you all the time have to work for, but what if? Because many of us will have, but what if that will happen? Okay. Have we prepared, have you seen in all our preparation that? Well, yeah, but I've seen it, wait. Have you seen in our preparation? No. Okay. But have you seen that we have to prepare for this? Yes. So we have to prepare for this. Yeah, but what if? But what if we will prepare in the game if that happens? Okay, this is easy. The problem is if the player will play the game hunting for the what if to happen, to say, yeah, but now it's happening. So what do? We just be cool and we keep on playing. But how do you keep the coolness? That's a non-stop working relation that you must have with the players. I don't know if there were 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure there are many thoughts. Dragan has, both of the Dragans have amazing experience in working with people. And also Dragan had a touch of CSM Bucharest, and maybe you actually found yourself in many things from here. But it's a beautiful job. It's a job that actually keeps you alive every single moment. So it's a beautiful job.
Okay, any question?
We saw that many things, I think, many things as well, and I can understand from eczema in the influence of culture, the influence of media, the influence of a lot of things. You saw us a little bit high management. You asked for stability. Stability is mainly linked to this. So I would prepare them, especially, for example, for media, because of media. For instance. Do you have some meeting about this, or do you let them do, or do you have some?
We have, and in a way we don't. For example, for the foreigners it's very simple, it's very easy. Sometimes they don't read the newspapers. Sometimes they don't understand the trigger points in there. But for a player like Christina, or a player like Krina, that are domestic there, then for them it's actually really tough. And we had a situation now in the past championship where it was a, let's say, a debatable thing, a fight between the fans of Rapid towards Christina and then towards myself. It was on very big level. I got, for example, I was happy. I was like, okay, there are 5,000 guys that are cursing me. Okay, that's nice. It's, whoa, this is good. But for Christina it was different because she's a woman. She's Romanian. She has done so much things for the Romanian. Why she should be cursed by people? Okay, fans, emotions in the moment. Okay, but why does all the media after that take everything like this and make it all the time a story? This is harder than, for example, that fact. And then you have to go and speak. Okay, how are you with the situation? Are you affected? What's happening? How are you? Sometimes I can say, okay, are you tired? Are you okay? Good. Don't come. Don't come to see you tomorrow. Don't come to the training. Maybe if a mother.
If I jump into the answer, before London Olympics, we got the book about rules about social media, over the 100 pages, how we should react, what we should read, post, things, what is allowed, what is not, and all these things. And there is maybe in handball words they are not that big country, but in sport, in global sport, they are really thinking a lot in advance. That was 11 years ago, and there is a lot of rules what can be applicable in every single club or national team.
You speak with them, and you all the time try to get dialogue, all the time try to get communication.
Participating in the empathy part also a little bit. Participating empathy part, talk about empathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could be also a question of confidence.
Yeah. You all the time have to speak, all the time. You know, with ladies like to speak. They also like you to speak with them. And of course they like your attention. If you're the first coach, you're the most important person. Of course the assistant is there, like I was when Dragan is there. Okay, I can do some things, I can...
Bad cup and good cup.
Yes. Now I'm, for example, many times the bad cup. We switch the
rules. The costume.
Working with them. Like for example, it was really tough and I could not do it with the two girls, with the national team, with the social media, I could not do it. And the sad thing is that one of the things was happening during the Olympic qualification tournament. You never know. You're playing Norway today at 5, you're playing Montenegro tomorrow at 4. You never know. Some things...
There's a difference whether they are young players or experienced players.
Yeah.
I remember in my experience we had first time, I don't know how many years ago, professional team, 20 years ago. And it was the first time we read the newspaper after the match, and special comments. And then we spoke about it. Just one time, right, in 2005, 2006. And I absolutely quickly shit. I didn't touch at all. Maybe years after, just left to the young players, they can be for first time and they're right. But the experience, nobody should handle this.
We try to speak with them, with the young ones. You know, I can say when we have actually, at some point we had too many young ones in the team, but you can say, okay, see what's happening, you have your expertise here, you have your players that are some on amazing level of the players, okay, see how they come to train, see what's bothering them, see what they like to do, see what they don't like to do, see how they live their life, see what's their influence, and take the things from them. Like you try to not put your head into everything. Of course, you need to build your experience. But if that player doesn't read the comments of this, why should you read the comments? What are you actually after? Are you after for the amazing wow feeling, or are you after to see if somebody hates you? You are in a life of people with love and hate. You score a goal, it's a love. You miss with one goal, it's hate. It's love or hate. In these things, you cannot go to each of them completely because it will take all your energy. So, skip the comments, make a post, maybe skip your comment section of the post. Maybe don't read all your messages. Maybe, like they have now with social media, write there some keywords that if they come as text messages to you, they will not come anymore. They will be directly deleted. Good. Save energy for you because you need to save mental energy for when you need them in the court. And preparation, as you know, is not only what you do there from 7 to 8:30. It's actually how they come with their brains from home ready, anticipating, learning the lesson from yesterday and so on for the future.
Do you have in your organization somebody who take care about this? You or mental coaches?
I'm actually very lucky to have now as my handball director a guy that has been director of television for many years, built sport televisions, then he was a newspaper guy for many years. And he is the guy that if I need something, if I see something, especially regarding this with media, he will directly make you understand why he is writing like this, why you have to do like this, what's your next steps to take, how many days, hours you have to react in some way for the thing to go away. Because this is, I think it's generally to say, after 3 days, no news is anymore news. Doesn't matter. This guy now is invading Moscow. In 3 days, maybe you don't speak so much about him anymore. So you need somebody to educate you in this, especially for the young ones. Physical is simple. But what about eating? What about financial education for the young ones?
But you have somebody who take care about it?
Not completely responsible for it. No. But us inside the staff, my second coach is a former player in the team, so she is connected to the locker room, connected to the reality of player, now coach, connected to what they feel, connected to even more to them. So she directly picks up. I can see that after a training, she is like this, speaking to somebody. Okay, I can see. Okay, Yulia found something. She is onto something there. It's good. She's taking care of the situation. But no.
But to return, do you have it? In your club?
Yes, for the youngsters,
Yes, in Toulouse.
18, 22.
A little bit loud for camera. If you can speak a little bit loud just for the camera.
Yes. We have in our club, we have a guy who is just with this, and he's respond of the question of the player. Actually, if player need to speak with him, you will call him. If there is no call, he who decide who will speak. So he observe performance, he's in relation with the coach, the physical coach also. And we have also the guy who is taking care about all scholarity.
Yeah.
School.
Yeah, school. Yeah.
So they have a lot of communication, and then the guy pick up one day, and the second, and the third. And if it's not a problem, just to have a conversation, maybe he can anticipate the problem. So for the youngsters, it's quite...
French society.
Yeah, but similar in Tatabánya, we also have a man who was working there in Ferencváros in football club, coming to us in Tatabánya, working now is already in Austria, working with the ski team. Yeah, he's a good guy. Someone else?
The more developed the society, the more expertise you have around you.
Goran?
Considering that you are working with female, I did some drama. She was 8 years director for other woman. After that, of course, 4 years director for men group rather. And she's always saying, with woman, never. Like, never. Drama forever. Traveling, hotel, why this pass, why this, all this problems. So, this is my question. What do you prefer? What kind of players? What type of players? Soldiers or warriors?
The ones
so
that,
there is the types who, you order, they deliver. But there is the types who you order, forget, they do what they want to. Like, for example, Nago, Batu, Shitu, finish. Decision. So this is,
you need your you need your soldiers.
Romanian soldiers.
You need your soldiers because they are the ones that are going to help you every single day in training. You put you put Dragan to play left wing, but he's a right back. Yeah, but we need you to. Okay, I go there, no problem. You need your soldiers because your soldiers are going to create your working environment and stability. Then also you need your painters there because when game is hard, you need your girls that are going to know how to take the decision. You need your toughness for the games. But you need to have as many players as you can that we say as men we can go to war with. If you have this, you're good. If you have indifferent, I would, even in the coaching stuff, I would just directly shake the hand, go, directly go. Because each that is like this will create a gap, will create windows, will create doors that other people can take, and it will be a lot of noise in the end. Of course, this is not easy to do all the time like this, but this is the best thing.
I think we should say thank you for Adi and then join us there to speak in informal way about everything. Thank you, Adi.
Thank you.